Hello everyone. Previously we had discussed on the this one Dutch national flag algorithm, right? So today we'll be discussing on the merge intervals algorithm, one of the most commonly used algorithms, right? So cadence algorithm, this one prefix sum algo, and sliding window, two pointers, even Dutch national flag algorithm. See, these are one of the most used algorithms, right? So when it comes to array based algorithms, we are discussing array based algorithms, right? So this is one of the most used algorithms as well, right? So let's see, let's get into the definition part first, then let's discuss some important parts and about the this one algorithm as well, and then finally we can just get into the this one example part or the algorithm part, right? So let's see, let's get into the definition part first. So what it states here, the merge intervals algorithm is used to combine overlapping intervals into the single intervals, right? Simple. Again, the merge intervals algorithm is used to combine the overlapping intervals into the single interval. So this part is very important. Combine overlapping intervals into single interval. So it ensures that the final result contains only non-overlapping intervals covering the same ranges. Means again, it ensures that the final result contains only non-overlapping intervals. So result contains only what the result contains, or the what the final result contains here. It contains only non-overlapping intervals covering the same ranges, right? So this is the definition part of it. Let's see how this algorithm works basically, right? So suppose we are given a list of intervals, right? Each interval has start and end. So basically intervals consist of two numbers, one is start and another one is end, right? So two intervals overlap if the start of one lies within the another. Again, two intervals overlap if the start of one lies within the other, right? So this is the important point, right? So to what we have to make to merge intervals, let's see the same. First, what we will do, first to merge the intervals, first we have to sort the intervals by their starting time. What we'll be doing here, we will be sorting the intervals by their starting time. Again, to merge the intervals, first step is we will be sorting the intervals by their starting time, right? So second point here is we would be comparing the current interval with the last merged interval. Again, we will be comparing the current interval with the last merged interval. If they overlap, then we will merge them, right? So if they overlap, then we will merge them. If they do not overlap, then we will add the interval as it is, right? So this is it, sorting, comparing the current intervals with the last merged interval, and then if they overlap, so overlapping in the sense, this one, see here, the merged intervals algorithm is used to combine overlapping intervals into the single interval. Final result contains only non-overlapping intervals, right? So what is overlapping basically? See here, we are given a list of intervals. Two intervals overlap if the start of one lies within the other. See, if the start of one lies within the other. So again, if they overlap, we will be merging them. If they do not overlap, then we will add the interval as it is. So let's try to understand the same thing with a very simple example, man, right? So let's go with the algorithm. Let's implement the algorithm basically, right? So I'll just consider, um let's go with the algorithm. See here, let me consider the function merge intervals here. So I'll just go with def. Let's go with a simple this one algorithm along with the usage, right? Example, or the this one usage basically. So I'll just go with merge intervals here. So let me pass intervals as parameter. So this is fine. So within the merge intervals, so first we have to sort the intervals based on the start time. So I'll just go with intervals here dot, let me go with the sort, and let me go with key equals. So this one, let me make use of lambda here, right? So lambda x, this one, let me go with x of 0. This is fine. We are good. Next step is, first what we are doing, we are sorting the intervals based on the start time again, right? So that's what we are doing here. We are sorting the intervals based on start time. That is the reason I have made use of the key equals lambda here. X of 0 means starting interval, start time basically. Again, we are sorting the intervals based on the start time. Let's move on with the next step. Next step, so here to merge the intervals we have to sort the intervals by the start time. Next what we need to do, we need to initialize the result list with the first interval first, right? So I'll just go with a merged equals, so within the array I'll just give here intervals, this one intervals of 0. This is fine. This is fine, man. Now let's move on with the step 2 basically, right? So step 2 indicates that we have to iterate through the remaining intervals, right? So as we need to iterate through the remaining intervals, I'll just make use of the for loop. So this one will be for current and intervals. So I'll just give here 1. This is fine. Next, let's get the last merged interval first. So I'll just go with last here. This one will be merged. So this is also fine. Merged of -1. Merged of -1. This is also fine, man. So now let's check if the current interval overlaps with the last merged interval, right? So I'll just go with current of 0, this one. If it is less than or equal to last of 1, mm, then what we will do, if current of 0, if it is less than or equal to last of 1, then we are just checking if the current interval overlaps with the last merged interval, right? So this one, second step, with the last merged interval, we are comparing the current interval with the last merged interval. That's what we are doing. So if it uh, if the current interval overlaps with the last merged interval, then we have to merge them and then update the end to the maximum, right? So not the minimum, maximum basically. Yeah, we have to merge them and update the end to the maximum. So how can I articulate in the form of code here? So this one I can just write it in this way: list of 1. So let me assign this one to the max of, I'll just go with last of, let me pass here 1. This is fine. And also let me go with current of 1. So this is fine. We are just trying to merge them and update the end to the maximum, right, as per the criteria. So next what we have to do, else means if the current interval does not overlap with the merged interval, right? So else, let me write else here. So then no overlap has been found and we have to add the current interval, meaning, so I'll just go here merged dot, let's just append the this one, what do we call, current interval. So I'll just go with the current here. Simple, very simple, right? So this is it for the algorithm. So whatever we have discussed, or whatever I have explained, the same thing we have articulated in the form of code. Means we have successfully written the algorithm. Only one thing is left, that is nothing but we have to return the merged, right? So basically if no overlap is found, then we have to add the current interval as it is, right? So that's what it says here. If they overlap, then we have to merge them. See here, that's what we have done here. In this case, sorry, if current this one, what do we call, merge them, update the end of the maximum. If no overlap, then we have added the current interval. Now we have to return the merged at the end, right? So I'll just go with here, just give me a second here. Let me go with return this one, what do we call, merged basically. Why this is not showing here? Let me do one thing. Let me format the code once, man. So this is from here itself, right? So or else indentation. So this is fine. Now let's go with the example usage. I'll just go with the simple one, right? So let me go with the example input here. So let me consider intervals here. So let me consider some random intervals here. So I'll just go with 1, 3. Next, let me go with 2, 6. So here I have to keep comma, right? I missed the comma here. So this is fine. Next, let me go with 8 and 10. So I'll just go with 8 and 10 here. So next, let me go with 15 and 18. So I'll just go with 15 and 18. So this is fine. So now let me print here. I'll just give here input. So this is fine. So next let me go with intervals, right? So I'll just go with intervals. So this is fine. So now let's go with the final step, nothing but the function call. So let me go with a result here. So let me assign the result to this one, merge intervals. Function's name is merge intervals, right? So this is fine. So let me pass the intervals. So we have already considered the intervals. Let me pass intervals here. This is fine. Intervals variable. So now let's print something for the interactive purpose. So I'll just go with merged intervals, right? So merged intervals. So this one, let me pass the result here. This is fine. So now what is the output that we need to get here? So the output that we need to get here is 1 6, because see here, this one basically, the end interval, starting interval is 1 and the ending interval is 3, and next we have 2. So this 2 comes between 1 and 3, right? So this is getting overlapped. So what we need to do here, we have to consider 1 along with the last ending time of the second one, basically second array, right? So this one will be 1 6, right? So 1 6. So again 8 and 10 will be considering, and 15 and 18, we will see whether it overlaps or not. Does this overlap? No, right? So we have 8 and 10, 2 and 6 we cannot consider. 8 consider, 8 comes after 6, right? So 8 and 10 will compare with 15 and 18. So see here, 15 comes after 8, basically, right? So this is not getting overlapped. So we'll be printing that one as it is, 8 10 15 and 18. So answer should be 1 6 8 10 and 15 18, accordingly with what we have discussed, right? So let's see the same, or let's check the same here. So I'll just go with Python here. Let me copy the file name, let me paste it over here, .py. Right, so see here, first we are just printing the input. So input, we have given 1 3 2 6 8 10 and 15 18. The same thing will be printed. This is fine. Next what we are doing, see here, input intervals, right? So we are getting input, so this is fine. Next we are putting the merged intervals, this one, output after the intervals are merged, right? So see here, we are getting 1 comma 6 8 comma 10 and 15 comma 18. We are getting the desired output, right? The output is absolutely correct. So 1 comma 3 and 2 comma 6, so this one is overlapped and we have merged them into 1 comma 6. Here this is fine. 8 comma 10 and 15 comma 18 is not having any overlap, so we have kept as it is, right? So I hope this part is completely clear, man. Now so this is it for the merge intervals algorithm. Very simple, right? The simple one. So now we are done with the merge intervals part. Let me quickly let's quickly discuss the summary part. So let me explain, or let me summarize whatever we have learned so far. So merge intervals, what it does, just keep these three things in the mind. Merge intervals combines overlapping intervals into one. Again, merge intervals combines overlapping intervals into the one. And key steps are sorting. First we'll be going with the sorting, followed by the compare, and finally we'll be going with a merge or append. Very simple. The second one. The third one is, so this is useful, or this is basically where do we use it, basically, right? So let's see, this is useful in scheduling problems, right? So usually it is useful in the scheduling problems itself. So as far as I have seen, so this is useful in scheduling problems, time slot management, and range compression, right? So again, so this is useful in scheduling problems, time slot management, and range compression, right? So this is it for the merge intervals part. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be discussing on the this one, MOS algorithm, MO, right? MO, not the Momo, sorry, MO, right? So I had stressed this one twice. Only Mo. We'll be discussing on the MOS algorithm. Basically it is related to the array based algorithms as well, right? So tomorrow we'll be discussing on the MOS algorithm. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.